So I have made a few modifications to this item that I received in the mail. I did have to sort of marker over the name of the church because with the lighting as it is, the name of the church would show. This is a large church in Minnesota with 14 campuses. And then the dates, as you saw, it said April 19 and 20, and I crossed it out and I wrote the 12th through the 19th. So if you've been with me a while, you know that this is one of my things that greatly bothers me is that God calls it Passover. And we're not even trying to get this right, many of the churches, and it greatly bothers me. It's the same with when they state that Jesus was born in December. He wasn't. And I do this every year at this time. The same with the whole Christmas thing. I do that every year with all of my videos. I share this same information. I don't repeat the videos, but I repeat the information. So we're going to take a couple of days and we're going to talk about this. So let's get started. Now, if you've been with me a while, some of this will be repetition, and that's great. And you know that I love review because it's one more time you hear it and eventually it will all stick, and that works the same for me as well. So there are 3 times of the year where the males are required to go to Jerusalem. One is Passover. Then we have Pentecost, and then we have Feast of Tabernacles in the fall. So 2 times in the spring, Passover and Pentecost. And Passover happens in the spring, and that's what God calls it. It is the first month of the sacred year is when this happens. It is the month of Nisan. And if it were the civil calendar, it would be the 7th month. And it would be our March, April time. So we know this year it is April 12th. And we're going to get into all of that specifically. You've heard me say before that the calendar was corrupted by Pope Gregory. So we're not even celebrating things on the correct date. But tonight at sundown, because God says the day begins at sundown, begins Passover. So I'm going to share with you, we did this when we talked about this the other day. So Passover is instituted in Exodus chapter 12. So I'm going to read that passage again that I shared the other day. It says this, "Now the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be your beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak to all the congregation of Israel, saying, On the 10th of the month every man shall take for himself a lamb, according to the house of his father, a lamb for a household. And if the household is too small for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of persons. According to each man's need, you shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it from the sheep or from the goats. Now you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. Then the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it at twilight. They shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the lintel of the houses where they eat." The lintel is the thing above the door to enter, just so you know. Goes on to say in verse 8, "Then they shall eat the flesh on that night, roasted in fire with unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Do not eat it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roast it in fire, its head with its legs and its entrails. You shall let none of it remain until morning, and what remains of it until morning you shall burn with fire. And thus you shall eat it, with a belt on your waist, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. You shall eat it in haste. That it is the Lord's Passover." So that's the passage where God institutes the first Passover. Now, to give you a little bit of information, because we've got a few seconds here. So Passover is this wonderful time of understanding why this is the most celebrated Jewish holiday, and it's an opportunity for them to remember the time in slavery and that they have been free from that. And so it's this celebration of spring, of birth, rebirth, a journey from slave to freedom, etc. And we are out of time, so we're going to pick up tomorrow, and I'll give you some more information here on what we're going to do in these next few days. Armor up, we ride at dawn. May God bless you as always. Have a great day.